Time again for some Pigskin picks. Hi, everybody. Warren Pepper, Gene Sapikoff, and we're going to try to get through this one again here. One person in the entire Low Country and even beyond playing area.
Just one.
Yeah, just one was 10-0 last week, so congrats. All right, Gene, we're heading down the stretch, the old November to remember, if you will. All of a sudden, South Carolina's making some noise.
Can you believe it? This late in the season, the Gamecocks are in position to win the SEC East. I never thought that would happen, but here's the chance, going down to Florida, going down to the Swamp, and no Luke Del Rio playing quarterback for the Gators. However, Florida has a really good defense, Warren. It's going to be a loud crowd. Jake Bentley's first game on the road as a starting quarterback for South Carolina, and I think it's just a little too much for the Gamecocks, but that doesn't mean that they won't come home and get bowl eligibility the next week against Western Carolina.
Just the fact that bowl eligible and South Carolina are being even talked about, I think, at this point is just amazing. And it is a terrific opportunity, I suppose, in Gainesville. If Florida had not stubbed its own toe last week, I'd be inclined to maybe say, okay, they're prime. But there's no way they lose this week after how they played a week ago. So I'll pick the Gators as well. I don't think it's necessarily going to be by 17 or so as we're seeing out in Vegas. Pitt and Clemson now, and Deshaun Watson is cleared to play. We're not sure if he totally will play a lot or if they'll need him if he does.
Well, it's interesting. I talked to Dabo Sweeney yesterday, Warren, and I asked him what are the two key areas that the Tigers need to improve on, and he said fewer turnovers and better red zone offense. That's coming off a 54-0 win over Syracuse. Pitt's a lot better than that. Pat Narduzzi has done a really good job with the Panthers up there, and eventually they're going to be good. I think Clemson will be able to handle James Conner in that running game, though, and probably win, 3 touchdowns.
All right, I like Clemson as well. Everything seems to be falling into place for them, and they seem to really be hitting their stride, I think, because those early season turnovers and those problems with really on the offensive side especially seem to have been remedied. Now, the CSU Liberty game is a bit of a nice storyline because CSU, speaking of stubbing its toe, was in a prime position last week and lost at home to Gardner-Webb. This week they go to Liberty, but they still have a chance to co-own the conference championship.
Yeah, this is the kind of game that used to trouble CSU in the past, and under Jamie Chadwell, they've won these games the last few years. I like the Bucks, even though they have to go to Lynchburg, Virginia, which is a tough place to play. It's one of the best crowds in the Big South, there's no doubt about it. But I think they can pull it out, even though they're losing some players too, and they're kind of banged up.
I was so sure you were going to take Liberty. And I thought, well, if he does, then I'll take CSU. Now that you've taken CSU, I'll still take the Bucks because I just got off a little conversation with Coach Chadwell myself. He's very certain his team's not going to play this week like they did last week. Something about getting their attention, I think, is how he put it to me at practice this week. So I'll go with the Bucks as well. They've really got this still in their own destiny, if they will, if they can win at Liberty and then still beat Kennesaw State. So there you go. Those are just 3 of the 10 you'll see in Gene's column on Saturday morning. Good luck. And as always, brought to you by the good folks at Lee & Associates Commercial Real Estate.